everybody. Sorry for starting the vlog laughing, but we're on take 14, I think. It's got to be at least 14 times I've tried to do this today. People keep mowing. Can you hear the mower? Yeah, and then the rest is just me, just fluffing stuff. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. Welcome. If you are new here, welcome back. Welcome. If you're new here, see, it's just gonna be one of those days. Not stopping again. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Your presence is always appreciated. Where am I from? Have I said my name? I've said my name. We're not going to go. We're not going to go again. We're not going again. We're just going to carry on. Let it roll. Let it roll. Right. I'm from Walsall in the West Midlands, where I live with my partner Richard, who is at work today, and I'm not. And it's so great. Do you like my top? I made this last year, and I just followed a YouTube tutorial for the shaping, and then just kind of made the rest up. I think I spoke about this before, but it's nice for today. And I've split the hem as well. So don't look at my fat. Yeah, serves a purpose, doesn't it? That's what we do it for. Okay, where was I? I've totally gone off on a tangent. Right, you can find me on Instagram as yewtree Yarncraft, Ravelry as diddy-die01. Not very active on there. I do keep intending to go there and put some projects on that I've already finished and completed and stuff, but maybe when I retire I'll get to it. I have a little Etsy shop where I sell my project bags, notions pouches, scissors with cases and that kind of thing, and soon to be hand-dyed yarn. Yes, we're branching out. More later on about that. Okay, so we have no FOs, not a one. I have finished nothing, absolutely nothing. Don't know where the time keeps going. I mean, I've been off work all week this week, done a little bit of knitting. I haven't even got any socks finished because I've only got one pair on the needle. So who am I? I think there's a few people who I've spoken to on Instagram actually, or you know, a few podcasters that I've kind of watched who've been the same. You know, it's that time of year, isn't it? You know, where it's a little bit too warm for your knits, but then you get the odd cooler day and you think, oh, I'll get that project out. It's been languishing. So no FOs. I've got a little sad face here with a curly loud mouth. Let's get into the whips, shall we? So first of all, we have, what shall we go? We'll go with the Koru. Now if you remember last time, I'd almost finished this. Excuse the crinkling. I'd almost finished this, so I'd done all of the body and I'd got the rib to do, and I'd completed both sleeves. Tried it on and it was just too small. My own fault. I took that chance. If you glance back at a few podcasts ago, I did say I was making the extra small, but I'd gone up a needle size and I was using DK yarn, not fingering weight. So in my tiny brain, that worked really well. However, it may have been that I've put some weight on because I'm taking HRT. I don't know if anybody else has ever had any experience. Well, there's loads of ladies who've had experience of HRT, I'm sure. And I've got loads of weight on. Oh my god, all in the wrong places as well. Like the bat wings are going on, the boobage area is getting bigger, the waist is getting bigger. What waist? Yeah, I hear you cry. Anyway, I digress. So the Koru, too small. We'll just go with that. It's just too small. So I frogged it. Not all of it. Don't panic. Don't panic. We frogged back to, well, Richard's my frogger. He likes frogging. He doesn't mind it at all. He sits there happily frogging and unwinding and winding back onto balls. So he's wound it all back into balls for me. So we're back to, there's no needles on it at the minute. We're back to this stage where we split for the sleeves. So what I'm going to do, when I'm going to put it back on the needles, when it's done its time in the naughty corner, because as we all know, these things have to have a little bit of time in the naughty corner before they come back out. So I'm going to knit a little bit more on the arms. What's that? A little fluff that does not belong. You're the wrong colour. Why are you there? Okay, so I'm going to knit on the back, make that probably another inch on each side, and then join it back in the round. I know it's really strange when it's got no needles on, isn't it? It's like could be fine. It could be fine. We'll pick it back up. But I really love it. I really love it. But it's no good too small, is it? And I think with my HRT and my age, I don't think I'm ever going to shrink down to fit into it as it was. Banished to the naughty corner until we have a minute. So, okay, my next whip is one you haven't seen before because I hadn't cast it on. Well, I had cast it on. I cast this on at the last cast on party that Tanya had from Calm as a Stitch. Back in April, was it? Sorry, things keep popping up on my phone and I'm like trying to... It's very distracting. So I cast this on in a different colour. I'm not saying I didn't like the colour, but I wanted that colour for another jumper. So I bought some more yarn. I had some more yarn for my birthday from Kelly at Play Family Yarns, and I'll show you the pattern that I haven't written all over because this is just, oh dear. Why I've printed it twice, I don't know, but I have. So that's, it's called The Linen Top by Samantha Stadler. Stadter. And it's gorgeous. I really love the lace all the way down the front, and it's just plain on the back. Look at the back. Now this was a free pattern when I got it off Ravelry. I'm not sure if it's still a free pattern, but go and check it out because it is one super knit, and it's that easy to knit. I've frogged it 4 times. That's how easy it is, because you just get carried away with what you're doing and forget that you've got to do the yarny over things. But I'll just put this pattern back in this bag because I've already lost it once and panicked. Nails down to the knuckles. Okay, so that's the pattern, and I'm using, I think it's called Battleships. I'm using Battleships by Lay Family Yarns. Oh, her yarn is gorgeous. I love her yarn. It's so buttery soft, and it's got like a sheen, even though it's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's great for this top. I just hope it's going to fit. There's only one size, so I don't know how that works when if you have a bigger bust. I think you'd probably need to go up a needle size or two. I'm doing the needle size that is called for on the patterns. Okay, so, and this is it, and I am loving it. Can you see a pattern forming here of the lacy thing? I just love lace. Let's get it so that it falls properly. So you knit it until the sleeves are so big, and then you join in the round. Should we put that pattern behind it, because I think you can see straight through that. There we go. Is that any better? It's coming up grey on there, but it's actually blue. No, that's still not the right colour, but you get the gist. But I love it. I'm absolutely loving every single stitch. So you've got these, and it's literally just knits, pearls, and yarn overs. And you knit it so the front of it kind of swoops down. Now I thought there'd have been some shaping on there, but there really isn't. It kind of just, how it's knit, because you like knitting two together and then increasing with your yarn overs in this lace. It kind of just wants to swoop there, so there we have it. Love it. And that's the back. It's just stocking it on the back, but as you can see, the back is quite a little bit shorter than the front, just by the nature of how you're knitting it. Really, it's really good. I'm enjoying it immensely. So hopefully this will be off the needles next time. I mean, I've done this, I think it's a couple of weeks, and because of work and everything, I don't pick it up often enough. Andy from Mouse's Makes, she'd have this off the needles in 24 hours. I watched her podcast yesterday, and the shawl that she did, I can't remember the name of it, but she did a test knit in 24 hours, this shawl, and it's absolutely beautiful. I wish I had half the knitting time. Just half the knitting time that I do get. I've lost stitches, no. Oh my goodness. That's not good, is it? Do we have a hook? Do we have a hook? Yeah, I just wish I had more knitting time, because it would be off the needles in no time at all. Just talk amongst yourselves while I just pick up this this stitch, because it can't just fall off, can it? It has to fall off and then kind of unravel all the way down the belly. No, well, it's the side actually. But so yes, that is the linen top by Samantha Stadler, or Statter, DTR, Statter, but it's beautiful. and that's the yarn in the cake. Yeah, that's coming up a better, truer, that's a truer colour actually. Yeah, that's a bit better, but I'm doing alternating skeins because it's hand dyed and they are a little bit, they're always a little bit different, aren't they? You probably can't see there. This one is just a little shade lighter, not a whole shade because it's kind of a semi-solid, if you like. Either way, I thought, well, alternate the skeins, then you've got no lines. Because when I started on this ball, when I joined in the round, I did about 3 rows and I'd got a distinctive line. So I thought, well, just pull it back and increase. No, add on. So I'm doing 1 round of each, and it's working out really well. I've got no visible colour change or, excuse me, hay fever. Has anybody else been suffering with hay fever this week? Really bad. I usually get it, but I'm allergic to grass pollen, so it's usually mid to end of July and all the way through August. But this week, oh, it's been terrible. I've even bought my tissue. You really wanted to see that, didn't you? You know, I think some things it's a need to know basis and some things you just don't need to know, do you? So yeah, I'm loving every single stitch of that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we should have a finished object next time. I mean, I've done that much, and it wasn't even cast on the last podcast. It was a thought. It was in the bag with the colours, with the pattern, and I was frogging the one that I'd started, which was the hot chocolate. It was in the hot chocolate colourway by Lay Family. So that is that one. Next we have the dispersion sock, and again I haven't got very far, and I don't know why, because no, I do know why. I need to go and get my eyes tested. I don't know if it's knitting at night or knitting on things that are like doing my knitting in the, not in the dark, but like from the lamplight kind of thing. My eyes just seem to be getting worse. So anyway, this is where I'll, let's put that there for one, because you're gonna, so this was where I was the last time you saw it. So I've done a fair bit. I haven't cast a second one on yet, because I wanted to get this one kind of to the toe, and then I'll cast the other one on and kind of take it from there. So that's the front of the sock, and then that's the back of the sock, and that black line you can see there, so it's a partridge heel. So you just put in some spare yarn just to hold the stitches. Now, the only heel that I've ever done has been the Fish Kiss Lips heel, if I've said it right. So this is a new experience for me, so I don't know. I can't say I've got any favourite heels because I've only done that one. What are your favourite heels? Because I need to try some more. So we'll see how we get on with the partridge. Is it Eye of Partridge or is it just partridge? So that's the dispersion sock, and it's by Kelly of That Row and Cage. She's got a podcast called That Row and Cage podcast. She's a knitwear designer, so she does socks, hats, mainly socks, hats, but she's just done a gorgeous. She did a dress. What was the name of it? But she's just designed a top in that same. Oh, the Moonglade. Is it the Moonglade? I'm pretty certain it's the Moonglade top. I'll put it in the description, or I'll put it on the screen here when I find out for sure. But I think it's Moonglade. So yeah, so that's my sock. And Kelly, these, I keep putting it on my hand. These would make amazing mittens because the fabric that it makes is so warm. But wouldn't it make an amazing mitten as well? It's a bit tight actually, but that's probably because of the, it'll loosen, I'm sure, when it's washed and blocked. But isn't that fabulous? So the yarns I'm using are, bear with, the lighter one is a Ducky Darlings, and that is buttermilk. So this is what I had left over from my Zweig. But again, I love her yarns as well. They're so soft, speckly, beautiful. And the other one, so that's the Ducky Darlings one. It's got little speckles of everything in there. It's beautiful. That's called Buttermilk. And the other one is a My Yarny Corner. And I think I don't have the ball band for this anymore. It still smells lovely. What's the name of it? Not Blue Steel. Denim. I'm sure it was called Denim. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Alex. But that one's from Alex and Danny at My Yarny Corner. And again, that's beautiful. But I think it's coming, the two together, making a beautiful, beautiful sock. Beautiful. It's not actually that much different to the picture, is it? Is that just me, or is it coincidence? Now her cream is cream, isn't it? But the blue is similar anyway. But yeah, that is, I'm loving that. And say I've done quite a bit. But I just need to get on with it now. Richard's driving me mad for a pair of socks. Loads now. He's got loads. But he keeps saying, oh, you never met me any socks. You never met me any socks. You can wait. I do have a pair to cast on actually, in a bag over there. With some yarn that we bought at the J13 the other week, and that's my only whips. No, it isn't. I'm lying again. Totally lying, because I've also got. It's because it's not in a bag and it's hidden behind me because I've been knitting on it this morning before I got up. So this is a Smocket by Stephen West. Let's see if we can. There we go. And again, it's a fairly straightforward knit. Knits, pearls, and a little bit of ribbon. Ooh. The border looks interesting. But the inspiration for this one was, I was watching Vine, and she'd done it, because I've never done a Stephen West before. She'd done this in her own colourways, that she dyes yarn. Everybody already knows this. I'm not, you know, it's like preaching to the educated to me. Is that not committing to that one, but yeah, so she dyes yarn, and she did it in her colourways, and it was absolutely gorgeous. But it's more like a she calls it a schlanket, which I'm happy with, because I don't usually do shawls. I'm not a shawl wearer, but I do like a schlanket in the winter to sit and knit when it's a little bit chilly. So this is the schmucket. So I've just started on my second colour. So this is my first one. I will tell you the names in a minute, but and the makers. But this is my Stephen West so far. How are we going to do this? Here we go. But you've got a ribbed edge down the one end, and that goes all the way down, all the way through, and then you've just got these rows of knits and pearls. That's better. That's a totally wrong colour as well. It's more mustard. The yarn is more mustard than those creams that are showing up on there. That's about no, it's totally the wrong, it's showing up the wrong colour completely. That is, it's more mustard yellow, and then I've got that one that I've just introduced there is like that's a brown. That's even blowing out as well. That's a bit better. Not quite as dark as that. There's a little bit of green tinge in there as well. But this one is Life in the Long Grass, one of a kind. I have no ball band. It didn't come with a ball band. There was no ball band sent with it at all. Ball bandless. And this one is For the Love of Yarn, and that is in the colourway Hay. So that gives you a kind of an indication of the colour, to be fair. A mustard yellow. Hay is actually a good representation, because that's what it looks like. It looks like hay, dried hay, and then it's kind of tonal through. So you've got light bits, darker bits, and then you've got those little pops of speckle of reds and greens and browns all the way through, which is beautiful. So yeah. But last time I spoke to you, I was there. So I've done a fair bit, to be honest. I usually take it to work with me, and I sit in the car for 10 minutes before I go into work and knit a little bit on, and then maybe pick it up at lunchtime if I'm not too busy. Yeah, so that is the Smocket by Stephen West. Watch this space for that one. I've never done a Stephen West before. Oh, I didn't bring the bag for that, you know, because I was knitting, right? So there's no bag to put it in. we'll pop it there. Okay, so let's put the ball band back in its ball, because we all know what we're like for losing ball bands. And if anybody else, do you ever lose your ball bands? I'm losing them all the time. I'm like, where's this? And that is that. So that's all of my whips. I am telling the truth this time. That is all of the whips. That's the pattern. So we'll tick that off. FOs with a sad face, none. Whips. So we'll talk about some new cast-ons. I haven't cast them on. These are for Tanya's cast-on party. Saturday week. The 25th, I believe. So if you are a fan of Karma, or if you don't know her, it doesn't matter, send her a message. Can I join your cast-on party? Right, so this one is going to be, now this is a beaded, and I've bought these. Oh, it says non-washable. I think they're hand washed anyway. Shall we just peel that sticker off? Because then you'll see the colour of the beads. There we go. So this is going to be a beaded shawl, and the beads are bronze. I got a little bit of glare on there from the plastic, but that can't be helped, I'm sorry. And that is for the Arden shawl from Expression Fibre Arts. Well, she does a lot of patterns. She does a free pattern every week, and this one is by Anne Robinson. I think that's the designer. And they're usually free for the first few weeks. So if you look, if you watch her podcast, she'll do a new one every week. So if you're looking for, she always does mainly shawls. She's mainly shawls, and that's this one. And it's a lace weight. It's a lace weight shawl. Is it lace weight? I'm sure she said she did it in lace weight. But I have this. So this is what I'm going to be using, Fruit Fusion, in the colourway Old Pages. Okay, and then we're going to use the bronze beads with that, so let's see how that comes out. See how it stacks up. See how it stacks up. Yeah, so that's one of my cast-ons for the next cast-on party, and that's going to be living in that bag. I'm leaving the pattern in the book for the time being, just so that we know. The next one that I'm going to be casting on is a Ukrainian pattern. Well, it's a Ukrainian designer. And I want to do this to enter it to Mandy's Mouses Makes Ukrainian pattern design. This was a paid for pattern by Katerina Kazka. But isn't it beautiful? Again, I love me a little bit of lace. It's called the Caramel Shawl. She has got an Instagram name there, so Katerina _ Kazka. I'll link it below anyway, so you can have a look. It looks absolutely beautiful. It was a paid for pattern, like I say, and it's got all the instructions how to construct, and I haven't got yarn for that one yet. Well, I do have yarn for it, I just need to dye it to the colour that I want, because I haven't got a colour there. I haven't got a colour that I want to do it, so I'm going to dye one. I need to get that one done. And Stephen West, I'm not too fussed. I can adjust, but I need to do that. I need to get a shimmy on. I have to finish those dispersion socks, the linen top, and crack on with the Koru. Otherwise, I'm knocking the camera. Sorry. Because otherwise I'll just worry about it. I've got too many things on the needles, and you know what we like. It bothers us. Shouldn't do. It's all knitting, and I'll cast on if I want to, and all that jazz. So yeah, that's all of my. Oh no, I've got this to cast on for Richard's socks. So Attic Spin Dyes. When we went to, it's called Raven. Love that colour. I actually picked this one myself for his socks. So, but it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's like blacks, and it's very, very, very dark bluey black. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know if it's coming up there on. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. So I'm going to be casting those on. A pair of socks for him as well. That's all the knitting. Yeah, definitely. We're finished. Bye. We're finished with the knitting. Yeah, so thank you for joining me for the knitting. If that's all you've come for, thank you very much. I'm so grateful that you were here. Consider giving me a like and subscribe if you aren't already. I'm trying to get the subscribers up so I can do my giveaway, because when we get to like 450, maybe 500, I'm going to do a massive giveaway. Massive. Consider subscribing. I'd be most grateful. Thank you very much. I had a message from one of my lovely friends on Instagram. Get your knits out. I don't know if she'd be happy for me to say her name, so I'm just going to call her Get Your Knits Out. And she asked me, she bought a project bag from me, and she asked me if I do make her another project bag, and she sent me the most gorgeous material to do it with. So look at this, isn't it gorgeous? So I've just messaged her back just before I turned the camera on, actually, and I know she's at work, so and I just said some flying pigs fell through my door. But isn't that gorgeous? So I think this is going to be the outside. I believe there'll be lots of questions coming your way, so, but she knows this already. I have pre-warned. I'm going to ask you loads of questions, and that I believe is for the lining. But flying pigs with rainbows, isn't it gorgeous? So that's a little project to come along. Not so distant future. I might start that this afternoon, actually. I'm itching to cut it out. Yeah, she just said the biggest bag that you can make, just make me a big bag. So that will be cut out sometime soon. I've also been busy this week because I've been off work, so I've done a few more of these scissor cases. I've got some others to do in the other materials, so those will be going in the shop soon. We've done some more of these DPN cases, so I'm going to change the listing on these because currently I've got them with bags, so I thought I'd just change the listing and add them as standalone items as well, because not everybody wants a bag. Some people might just fancy a a DPN case. So that's what we're going to be doing. We'll be listing these shortly, within the next few days anyway. I have got a massive shop update coming soon as well, but the date for that is yet to be confirmed, so look out on Instagram for that one. It'll probably be next weekend, but I'll do a little video and whatnot. So we've got little notions pouches with cats. I love these. So this is the schools bag, and this is the full schools bag that I'm calling it, because there's no black bottom to it. We have this one, which is a drawstring. That's quite a big bag. You can fit lots of wool in it. They are well, that's 14 by 12.5 inches, so it's quite a big bag. When you open it out, it's mahoosive, very deep, very roomy, and there's a little holder there for your stitch markers, 2 pockets on the front. But not everybody likes a zip, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a few. That's the lining. I'm going to do a few of these. This one's drawstring as well. This is a smaller one. So this one is 11 by 11.5, so it's not that small, to be honest. You can still fit a jumper project in that, because it's quite deep. Let's just try some wool in there. 2 skeins, 3 skeins. So you get 4 skeins in there comfortably. These will be going in the shop over the weekend, so I love that myself. You know, one of those bags you just don't want to sell. And there's a little stitch marker holder on the front of that one. There's no pockets in this one. This is literally just a bag. Let's take these back out. And that's the inside, so all fully lined. So that's that one. Then we have, I'm calling this the daisies bag because it's tiny daisies, but we've got one with the teal on there and then one with mustard on there. And these are zippered. Let's just put that one down and just see this one. Yeah, this is mahoosive as well. So this one is 14 by 12.5. So 12.5 deep, 14 wide, and they're very roomy. I mean, you'd fit 10 skeins in there easy. Probably 10 skeins with, and you can shut it as well. I think the next bag is the same size. Yeah, 14 by 12. And this is backed by popular demand with the lilac-y lining. The lady asked me if I was going to be doing any more of these not long back. And I did say yes, and I bought the fabric, and it's just been sitting there because I had no lining. I went to the shops the other day and fetched some more lining, and this is like a linen. It's a linen lining. It's not like a linen, it is a linen. A linen kind of that's the true colour actually. That is coming up true colour. But there's like a lilac behind his head, like a halo. You can't see it very well on the camera. Oh, you can. And that's why I've gone for the lilac, because it matches this little bit at the back. Let's try some skeins in here. So we've got 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite 10. Maybe 8. Yeah. So you'd fit your project and most of the work in there for a fairly big sized. So that's 8 skeins in there. So that would take your project and all of the wool to do it. So that's that one. That's the bunnies with the lilac, and it comes with the detachable handle, as they all do. Lastly is this one. I think this one's a little bit smaller. 12 by 13 and a half. That's a half an inch. So you might get 7 skeins in that one. And that's with the detachable handle, zipped. That's got the lilac, whoops, the lilac, put your teeth in, linen as well in there. Okay, I've been busy this week. As I said, I've had a week off work. But we do have a little collection that do have names coming soon. Let's just get one of each because that'll be so much easier. So this one is turtle, and these are inspired by nature. We're calling it the inspired by nature. And that's turtle. Then we've got ocean blue, or blue ocean. It'll be one way around or the other. And then we have green ocean. And I think I put an inspiration picture to show these. And this one is Turtle Beach. I love this one. I may try and steal this for my shawl. I want it on a different base. So these are all on Superwash Merino, 25%. And no, 75% Superwash Merino and 25% nylon. So they're all fingering, sock yarns. But that is the collection. That green is brighter than that. That green is brighter. No, it's not far off there. That's not far off. But the rest of the colours are showing more or less true. They always look different in the monitors, don't they? It's really hard. So that is that collection. They're the Inspired by Nature collection. They look pretty. Oh, where shall I put them? Let's put you there. I've got so much tidying up to do. And then we have sunflower. This is one of my favourites. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Can you imagine some socks or a hat? Hat would be bright, wouldn't it? socks would be nice. A ranunculus. Oh, 2 skeins of that for a ranunculus. Do you know what? I'm going to be using my own stash. I can see it coming. But that is quite bright. Yeah. Gorgeous. My shop is my stash. That's what it's going to be. Oh dear. Yeah, so that's it. So look out for the big shop update coming up with the yarns and the bags. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you're all doing well and keeping well, that you've got something beautiful to knit on and you're loving all of your yarns. Leave me some comments what you think of the yarns and the colours. What bases do you like? Would you like to see anything different? There's a lot more colours to come, but for now we're keeping it these. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Be good to each other.